to know that this system has no boundaries or, again, no filters, because it's just constantly being fed images from online. It's all over social media. If you haven't seen it, artists are fighting for their livelihood as we speak. So again, if this video has helped you in any way to really know more about or has caught your interest and you want to learn more about AI art, I will leave more videos in the description, and I highly suggest you go check them out because it's very essential. And today I wanted to talk about really the most important thing that has been going on for the past few months, and that is the controversy of AI art. Property of people, selfies, pictures of homes, etc., and just copyrighted artwork from hardworking artists who have been, from the very first memory that they can remember doing art, you just know that every artist has been working very hard to make their voice heard in the art community. So again, we just covered the very base of the AI art, because essentially the most three well-known AI programs are Midjourney, DALL-E, and Stability AI. All of them have different subscriptions, or just do their service, and how they charge you for it, and how they sort of present themselves to the public when you go into their About Me, or how they're doing it for a nonprofit, or it's very complicated. And these AI systems are being fed a data set, and those data set includes, it includes selfies of just you and or me and many others, as well as, houses and images of just, life, things that you post online. All of it is just essentially being fed into this AI system, because that's how they sort of, that is how the AI itself can generate or replicate art. Stability AI uses I believe it uses another program, or okay, so Stable Diffusion, the model, when I go into the FAQ and I look at the question, what was the Stable Diffusion model trained on? I am reading it word for word, and it says the underlying data set was not filtered to exclude or include any specific group. And I assume what that means is, when it's not filtered, there's no stopping the AI from stealing or taking images that are yours, and images that are rightfully yours, and maybe it's even copyright because maybe you did some photo editing and you're super proud of it. The AI is literally taking any images on the internet and feeding it into the all the data set that is images taken on any social media, portfolio websites, anywhere on the internet. It's public domain, and essentially, if it is private property to you, it's just being fed into the AI system, and that is helping this program or Stability AI. When is this gonna prevent, forgery, fraud, and identity theft? Getting images and stealing them, like all this data, how do you know that it won't affect your safety on the internet? And Stable Diffusion does not have a filter. It did not seclude any group. That is like the big concern here, because it doesn't have a filter. It doesn't have, like set opt-in or opt-out function. It's really scary to know that this system is just constantly being fed images from online. There's just no line. There's no line for it to stop, and I really hope that there are steps being placed in order for people who art got stolen and fed into the system, because they should definitely be compensated. So I really think that doing the research is great, and it's not only just for artists looking to improve and be aware, but it's also important for the consumer base who support artists to also learn and understand and spread this information to show that it's very important. And again, I'm reading from the website. Under the FAQ, there's another question that is very interesting. Can artists opt in or opt out to include their work in the training data? Because we learned that the stable diffusion model was trained on a variety of group images just available on the internet, and there was nothing, there was no boundaries between what was private property, what was copyright art, what was, personal images that you may have uploaded to Facebook. The reason why I bring this up is because I think it's pronounced Lion 5B model data. That is the big concern, because essentially it says there was no opt-in or opt-out for the Lion 5B model data, and it says it is intended to be a general representation of the language image connection of the internet. So what I'm understanding is that it takes and scans a bunch of images, again, from social media, personal websites, really anywhere on the internet. If there's images, it scans it all, because Stability AI promotes itself as a non-profit organization using all this data to just sort of give a service to the community or like the public to create AI art. There's a next sentence, and it's really interesting because I'm just kind of like learning this firsthand, and it says, in the future, for other models, we are building an opt-in and opt-out system for artists and others that services can use in partnership with leading organizations. This model learns from principles, so the outputs are not direct replicas of any single piece. And it nowhere does it mention that it has plans to compensate artists who have worked so hard in their art, so hard in their art journey to really put themselves out there on the internet to make their voice heard, because artists are constantly working to improve themselves, experiment. The artists who aren't compensated for their work because all of their artwork was fed into the system for free, no permission, no consent, nothing. And they're already working on new AIs for the future where people can opt in, opt out. So the damage is done. Apparently, just from the FAQ that's shown there, they have made so much profit in the last few months that this has been going on, and nothing will be done for the artists, and that is not okay. It is seriously so messed up that all the artists who artwork has been fed into the system, it is very concerning. Not even from the standpoint where an artist will just be replaced by AI because people are willing to pay for it. There are so many social media influencers who are also artists who have been on this. There's so many people who have joined this no AI art, and it's all over social media. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. Do yourself a favor, do some research, and I'll provide some links in the description. There are many other YouTubers who are artists who have shared their opinions, and I definitely suggest you go check them out, because It's very helpful, and I really do recommend you go check out Sam Does Art, because he really covered the topic very well, explained the most concerning facts about the situation. So another thing is there's a double standard for visual artists compared to against musical artists, because companies who make contracts with artists, the companies protect themselves and the music from being, stolen or taken without permission or consent, and that is not being done for visual artists. It's literally everywhere, from commercials. It's unethical practices, and the fact that they're commercializing from the copyrighted work of hardworking artists who don't want any part of it. We can't opt out. You can't take back what damage it has done to several visual artists. And the most important thing, there's a consumer base, or just people who are on who are on the internet are fighting against people like artists who just want to know that they will be compensated for their hard work being fed into the system. Do not care. They don't care about the rights for artists. They don't care that this is affecting several artists' livelihood, because you work decades upon decades to perfect your craft. You're working hard to experiment and make your voice heard. Aside from that, the most important part from the people who do not support artists fighting for their right against having their work protected and stolen from AI is to really just do your research and why it is so vital for artists to really protect themselves, because we want to create a better world for current and future artists who only want to express themselves creatively on the internet, because the internet is where you're found nowadays. The world is not what it was 10 years ago. The only way to really put yourself out there as an artist is to be on the internet, is to really post on social media and make videos and make people aware of your art and whatever it is that you're passionate about. I really hope that AI will be turned into a system that does not steal or take copyrighted art, because it has potential to be a really good system. But as it is right now, it is the exact opposite, because it's not fair for artists to not be compensated for their work when it's included in a program that is just a subscription service or paid service to generate art for people who don't want to pay or commission artists. It's important that AI art change and know that the damage that has already been done cannot be taken back. So I really, really hope that something is done about AI art has to be stopped, and why we have to fight it, because there's no boundaries, there's no filters, there's nothing stopping this AI program from crossing boundaries of forging art, fraud, and identity theft, because it's just taking any image and feeding it into a database, and that database is literally, as it's promoted on the website, non-profit. So essentially anybody can have access to that information, and if your private information is on there, it's available to anybody willing to dig deeper into the database for free, because the internet is powerful. It's a powerful tool. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. And if you made it this far out in the video and you're still watching, thank you so much. It means the world to me, and I really hope that this video has helped you in any way. And thank you for watching. Most artists draw their inspiration from either listening to music, watching their favorite shows, movies, games, but most importantly, life experiences. And that is something that is unique from person to person. Not everybody has the same life experience. If you value art and you value your art friends, general artists that you have found online, if you really do support their art, I highly suggest that you do a bit more research, do some readings, and watch some videos on the side, spreading information that should be out there and that people should understand is essential to hardworking artists who have made a voice for themselves and are able to live making art that they are proud of. And check out the resources down below because it's super helpful, and they are the reason why I know more about AI art. Artists are humans. Humans are constantly drawing inspiration from life, and that is what separates us from an AI, because we pour our blood, sweat, tears, and most importantly, time into them. It does not happen overnight. Artists deserve to be compensated because it is not easy. It is never easy to learn all of this by yourself and know how to do it. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you consider subscribing to the channel. Ring that bell for notifications. And check out my social media link down below if you want to follow me on more social medias where I am active and posting more art content. Please go check it out. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. I hope you have a great start to your new year, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.